All right, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I'd like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect and 1/3, and Lords of this video. Be edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. All right, and as the title reads, Esau or Edom will show ancestral behavior. Okay, Esau, Edom, and these days ahead, all right, are getting ready to show ancestral behavior. And what I mean by that is when you reflect in history, when you look back in times past, how Esau, Edom has treated his, his brother's children, all right, his brother Jacob, the descendants, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those scattered abroad according to the diaspora, all right, but specifically here in the Western Hemisphere, all right, how Esau, Edom has treated Jake, okay, you're getting ready to witness that, all right, with these Edomites today, all right, and this comes through the inspiration, the Wadi Abba Shemal Shai. The Spirit jumped on me to watch the first Purge today, okay, so I watched the first Purge, which Lord's will, I'm going to actually go through them. Probably watch, there's another one that I want to see because some of them are kind of folly, but there's also some truth in there. Now, the first Purge, what it showed was that it was based in 2022. And what are we here? We're in the year of 2022, the year of Yahweh Shem Shai turning up. So a lot of these movies that we've watched, all right, I'm a quote unquote 80s baby. All right, I was born in the late 1900s. All right, a lot of these movies that we've seen, like, Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, those are just coming to mind. These 90s movies were based in 2000, 2022, 2023. Well, we're in that time now. And you're seeing these characteristics play out, but we understand how things are going to happen through prophecy. So what I want to pull, ultimately from this movie is the whole movie is based around, yes, a purge, but it was in particularly upper class young Edomite college kids that were purging an Israelite who was they don't say it, but I perceived he was a actual army veteran, and they called him a homeless swine. So in this movie, when Esau made it legal to murder, okay, or to purge, okay, because you're seeing that right now. You're seeing lawlessness on an all-time high, which, let me get Matthew 24, but we're seeing prophecy play out, legally. Okay, we're seeing prophecy play out legally. So let me make my points. All right, I got a lot to say, but let's make sure we build it off the scriptures. This is Matthew's 24 and 8, and it says actually let's do 12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, right? Lawlessness. Okay, crime is on the rise. Okay, so they were using the lawlessness, crime on the rise to say, hey, let's make one day where you're allowed to go out and purge, so we can quit, because he can't stop the crime. So let me make it legal for one day. So when Esau, I'm gonna get Psalms, when he framed this mischief by law, the first thing they did is went out and started killing Jake. Okay, so this is that ancestral behavior that they're showing you in a movie that's going to play out here. And I always like to say, and I'm sure a brother said it before, and I'm just reiterating it. If they were to reinstitute slavery, which was legal, if they were to reinstitute that today, your neighbor, bosses, they'd be with it. Okay, they would be with it. So whatever the government says, all right, and then it comes to on Jake, hey, Esau's with it, man. Okay, if they were to institute slavery today, you would have a lot of Edomites that be down with it. When Trump was in office, they showed you that. So see, Jake is going to be very surprised when he sees Esau's ancestral behavior today. All right, because we're not surprised. It says, though he go crouching, we understand, like, we may deal with Esau and Edom and their system and workplace, but we know what's up. Now, do they know what we know? No, they better not know, because don't let the left hand know what your right hand's doing. You gotta play the game, just like they're playing the game. You just had a video come out of this Edomite. He went to talk to a Jake as a salesman selling like solar panels, and he said, "Yeah, we just want to go up to neighbors." So they in their mind they can't help but be this way. They can't help but have this mindset when it comes to Jake. So Jake in these last days, Jacob's trouble, just like the LA riots. When the shit goes down, when the deal goes down, who do you think they're gonna go after first? Jake. They're gonna walk right over Mr. Chin and go right to Jamal. Okay, this is Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Now jump up to verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So we're witnessing the beginning of sorrows. But best believe when the sorrows, when all these things happen, Jake is going to the back of the bus because was it Ukraine? When things started happening in Ukraine, they weren't letting Jake get on the trains. If a brother could correct me, if you know what I'm talking about, something in Europe happened, and they weren't letting the Jakes get on the trains with them to escape. I think it was when the whole Russia-Ukraine thing started going down. But that's my point, is whenever there's a natural disaster, whenever there's something, and hey, Shalom, Yabashim Shai, Bashim Kakadash, Brakatham, two brothers and sisters tuning in. Whenever you see something happen on a global scale, that's a society, community, economic, financial, food, shelter. Hey, Jake is in the back of the bus. So Esau, even today, which we know, they're going to show you that ancestral behavior like they showed once before. That clan spirit ain't gone nowhere. It's just suppressed right now. Okay, so Esau needs avenues. See, now we're getting there. You see, Esau needs avenues to, like they said in the movie, unleash the beast. In the movie The Purge, they kept saying, let us purge, let us unleash. And guess what they wanted to kill? They wanted to kill Jake. The whole movie was based on these Edomites, their son let a Jake in, and then the upper class millennials, all right, the my body, my choice, my suckers, they was out hunting for Jake, man. And they were having a grand ass time. They was having fun. They're dancing and singing. They're in that same spirit. Best believe the Edomites walking today, if you did not know reincarnations in the Bible, the same ones that enslaved us, their ancestors, that's them. That's the same spirit. That's the same spirit. That's why you got a lot of Edomites that are NFL owners. That's a plantation. Okay, the business owners, a lot that deal with Jakes. That's because they made a profession making money off Jake back then, like they're doing now. This is why a lot of times you'll hear a NBA owner like the one from the Phoenix Suns. There was another one that did it before where they got recorded saying the N-word because that's how they feel. That's really how they feel. They just aren't allowed to utter it in public like they used to. So let me keep it going. I got a couple more points to make. This is Psalms. Let's go to Psalms 94 and 20. Check this out. It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? Now that's what Esau does. He frames mischief by law. Now I just want to see, check this out. So this is the today's English version. All right. I read this sometime. You always got to spit out the bones, but sometimes in other translations, they'll have modern English, so it kind of gives it a more modern breakdown for you to understand it. Check this out. Psalms 94 and 20, you have nothing to do with corrupt judges. That's what Esau is. He's a corrupt judge, right? And it says, who make injustice legal. And that's what the movie Purge was. They made injustice legal, just like here in, I believe it's New York State. Or, yeah, it has to be New York State, but just like in Chicago, where they got the bail reform, where you can commit second degree. You know, there's a lot of heinous crimes that are now becoming lessened, or they call it it's not a violent crime no more. And who's going to be the main victim? Jake. Crime, you're not going to see now, I mean, of course, as time goes on, progresses, other heathens will be caught up in the mist. But guess who's numero uno? Jake. That ancestral behavior of hatred, maliciousness, that real fiery spirit that Esau's got when it comes to Jake, you're about to see that, man. And they showed you that in the Purge. It was a perfect synopsis of how when he frames mischief by law, he would have say, hey, look, it's legal for you to murder. It's legal for you for 12 hours. If he literally did that, Who do you think be the first ones they go after? Jake. Okay, that's why it's called Jacob's Trouble. All right, and I just felt, because when I was watching this, that literally came to mind. I said, "Damn, they got that ancestral behavior, and why? Because that's them coming back. That's them being reincarnated. So don't ever think for a second those Edomites that the early Europeans, the Christopher Columbus, they're all back here. They're all back here. What proves that? Well, this through the Holy Spirit, I just got a precept. This is Revelations 1:7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen." See? So even the ones that pierced Yahushai, okay, they're here today, all right? The ancient Romans, the ancient Greeks, the Edomite Romans, the Edomite Greeks, right? They're all back here. The slave owners, okay, the Andrew Jacksons, the Indian killer, they're all back. And they still got that same spirit when they first got here. Now, I'm just curious what Revelations 1:7 says. So let me just check it real quick. I got some more precepts, but curiosity has jumped upon me. So let's just see. All right, this is Revelations 1:7. It says, "Look, he is coming on the clouds," which we know are the chariots. It says, "Everyone will see him, including those who pierced him." See, how can those who pierced him see Yahushai in the second return? Because they are reincarnated back here on earth, and they're coming in that same spirit. So let's continue back in Psalms 94. Check this out. I'm going to read down because it's 3 more verses and that's the chapter. It says, "Who frameth mischief by law," right? When the mandatory, that comes into play, that prophecy, they're going to make it legally allowed to execute you for not taking that. And this is why a part of the madmen sparing none, they ain't never had a spirit to spare Jake. They ain't never had a spirit to say, okay, it's a little girl. No, man, woman, child, which we made a covenant with Yahweh Shem Shai, old and young, we made a covenant. But Esau has a spirit where he has no problem murdering Jake from small to old. It says they won't have compassion on the womb, I'm thinking about in the curses, all right? And it says he showed no favor to the old. So, hey, man, Esau's never had a spirit of mercy to spare Israelites, okay? In fact, he preferred it. The early Europeans, they made a sport taking Israelite babies, dashing them, and then the Greeks did it, okay, because we got circumcised, and then you had little Jake babies in the cotton field, okay? Like, hey, man, this guy, the spirit that he possesses of hatred against us is man, it's unmatched bar none. This is why the Lord, he's going to have to put a spirit in us to show the Lord's anger on him, all right? Now it says, "Which frameth mischief by law, they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord is my defense, and my God is the rock of my refuge," right? Yahweh Shem Shai. "And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness." See, in the time's coming, while Esau is showing that ancestral behavior for the hopeful elect, okay, the Lord is gonna put a monkey wrench into this hateful agenda, because ultimately what he wants to bring for his new order, all right, is complete annihilation, all right, extermination, all right, no way to live, controlling everything you do. That's hatred, And it says, "Yea, the Lord our God shall cut them off." So we're gonna need Esau to be cut off, because if Esau isn't cut off, let's get this in Romans 9. He will continue a life of just wickedness. This is Romans 9:21. "Has not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?" See, Esau will if he's not cut off, he will continue a life of a unintegrable, dishonorable lifestyle. All right, right. He does want that blessing. Okay, but the initial point that I wanted to pull out for this lesson is, if Esau's not cut off, that ancestral behavior of the constant murder and killing, it will just be a continual bloody cycle, okay, until every Jake is decimated, and then he'll have the firstborn right again. That's what he's doing. He's murdering his brother. Esau doesn't possess the spirit to love thy neighbor. He wants to kill. He wants to kill his neighbor, you know? And going back to the movie Purge, that's what he was doing. All right, now let's get Sirach 10 real quick. All right, let me grab Sirach 10. Just bear with me, because I want to pull out another point. All right, because it's really on my spirit. Look, man, if Esau get illegally said, hey, you can round up niggas, they will be rounding up niggas. Excuse my language. I'm serious. You got to understand that these people are really they're this government. That's why they call it the New Founding Five. This American government that these Americans, these Babylonians, vote for, hey, that's their God. If their God says, if they say this is legal, it don't matter what it is, they'll do it. And look, we're in the days of Lot. Can't you see? We're in the days of Lot. And look what the government, you know, look what they're saying you can do. And people are all on board. Now, of course, is there a pushback? Yeah. But for the most part, just like going back to the days of slavery, according to the curses in Deuteronomy, when slavery was legal, hey, they were with it. And then in so much, when they made it illegal, they started forced sex breeding so they could bring more here. See? So he'll find ways to continue that oppression. That's why it says they refuse to let us go. Hey, it takes a lot of energy to live a life of hatred on someone and devise constant wicked devices against them. But that he's made a career out of hatred, okay? And I'm telling you, man, Jake, he's going to get blindsided. He's going to really, because our people are very sincere. You know, they come in a genuineness. This is why Christopher Columbus, you know, he was surprised at the reaction that he got from who they call Taino Indians, which are Israelite people. He was actually surprised how loving they were, you know. And it says, check this out, Sirach 10:1, it says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered, right? As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. See? So if the government's like this, the people are like this. So if they say you can do this, the people will do this. See? That ancestral behavior, because you have to understand the ruling class are Edomites. The nayers, the sayers, the legislation, those are all Edomites. And people have this this misguided perception when it comes to the higher echelon of Esau, like they ain't like the bottom barrel Edomites, okay? They got that same, but they have power. So they don't need to get their hands dirty. They can bang a gavel and let y'all go do the dirt, see? But that hatred is still there, all right? Just like how Biggie, he wore the shirt where it was something like the KKK now police. That's a real thing. Where you think they went? You know? So let's see. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So right now we have what? An unprofitable ruler. So this unprofitable ruler is controlling, because government mind control. He's governing the minds of these people to have that legal ancient hatred. Okay, now check this out. I want to pull two scriptures out that we use, but let me show you. Watch this. This is Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So you don't think Esau's doing that on the left-hand side? One movie comes to mind is Rosewood. You had the Edomite, when they massacred the Jakes in Rosewood. Well, that's a good watch. He was showing his Edomite son how to make a noose, you know, to actually make a noose. He was training him, you know. The movie I just watched the other day called Imperium, the Edomite, which they showed you in that movie, the biggest threat, okay, that the biggest threat of the Edomites is the successful ones, all right? Not these low-class, two-time losing, shaved head, Budweiser drinking, go cowboy fucks. Hell no. The ones you got to watch out for are the ones that got money, that got brains. And that's what the movie Imperium showed you. The biggest, the FBI, when they sent in this Edomite to spy out their liberty, all right? he thought that it was these bottom barrel, you know, just drinking and Hitler. Nah, man, the real ones are the ones with the suit and ties on, you know, the corduroys, okay? The ones that got a family, a wife and children. They're thinking about their children's future. That's one thing you got to understand. Esau will murder Jake with the mindset of, I have to protect mine and my family. That's what they're thinking about. That's their thought process. And that was in the movie Imperium. And the little children, that he made a fort for them. And the little girl said, we'll hide up here when the mud people come. Who you think the mud people are? Us. Okay? They're talking about us. So they're training their children up in a manner to be aware of Jake. That's that ancestral hatred. That's that ancestral behavior. Now, check this out. Now we know the understanding for this, but I want to read it towards Esau. Okay, so you know the scriptures are living water. Now we know this is Yahushua speaking to Jake. We know this. Okay, John 8:44. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil." Now Yahushua was rebuking wicked Israelites, but you don't think Esau children ain't like him? You don't think Esau children ain't like their father the devil? They're in that same spirit too. They're in the same spirit as the old, okay? They just hide it better. It's just closed better. It's just muffled more, okay? It's discreet. Right here in Rochester, you just had the fire chief. He got like fired or whatever. Fired. He got fired because they had a mockery to Juneteenth, and they invited a Jake. This Esau is crazy. He made a mockery, and best believe they do that, man. All right, behind closed door, they're mocking us. Okay, they're mocking us. So they invited a Jake to this like mockery Juneteenth, and he wanted to leave, and as he was leaving, they gave him a bucket of chicken, and right here in Rochester. And then when he went to his people, they didn't do nothing about it because you're going to Esau. How are you going to go to Esau for justice? That's what you got to realize. These Edomites, small, great, big, tall, whether they dealing with Jake or not, they still an Edomite in the spirit, man. Okay? When the deal goes down, they're going to side with theirs. You see? So he had went to the his bosses. They didn't do nothing. He went to they didn't do nothing. So he went above them, ended up suing them. Then when they did the investigation, they found out that the chief, the fire chief, his own wife had a secret Twitter where it was like maniacal. Like she was saying all types of racist shit about Jake. A lot of these Edomites express their hatred on social media, best and believe. And you know what the spirit told me? There'll be a lot of Edomites that use like a black woman picture as their profile, and that's an Edomite behind the keyboard, man. That's an actual Edomite behind the keyboard. When you watch some of these people, you got cops that got fake accounts. Okay, you would never know it's a police officer when they talk big shit. You want to know how you know? Go on social media like Instagram and go find a video of like a cop killing a Jake or, you know, something like that, and read the comments. Read the comments. These Edomites, they'll portray themselves as Issachar. They'll portray themselves as Judah. Okay, they'll portray themselves as our people, you know, and say things on the keyboard, but in actuality, those are Edomites. All right, Esau got that ancient ancestral spirit, man. And this, like I said, we know this breakdown. Yahushua is speaking to wicked Israelites. But what I wanted to extrapolate, what I wanted to pull from this is, well, guess what? The left-hand side of this is Esau too. Esau, ain't you like your father, the devil? You are just like the ones that enslaved us. They're in that same ancient spirit. All right. Just because they're rooting for Tyreek Hill and the Chiefs, that don't mean shit. Because I tell you what, if that same so-called black man was running from the cops and not running from the Cowboys, you know, they would say it was justified when they murder him. You see? So it says John 8:44, ye are of your father the devil. So in this instance, I'm saying we can use this for Esau, right? It says, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer. Now look, this is Esau's characteristics. He was a murderer from the beginning. So if this man was a murderer, how you think he's going to raise his household? He's going to raise his children in the mindset that it's not wrong to murder. So now when you kill a Jake, when you murder a Jake, it's justified that you killed him. See? So he installs that. He trains his children up, okay? Because when we just came to mind, hey, you brothers know me. It's the Holy Spirit. The Lord allowed me to watch movies, and I'll pull things from. But the movie Birth of a Nation, who was Nat Turner's owner? Well, his best friend that he played with as a child, his father gave that Nat Turner's best friend from a child the plantation, and he owned his ass. Did he let him go? Was he chill? He even had Nat Turner's wife get raped. You see? So they don't give a shit about you. You know, and that's the problem with Jake, man. They give too much credit, they give too much wiggle room for Esau to repent. Like, nah, man. You trying to give them a pass today when they ain't even get handled for what they did back then. You know, the brother of GMS Virginia Island Straightgate, Ecclesiastes 12:10, never trust thy enemy. Jake don't even know what an enemy is. If you wear a wrong color on the wrong side of the hood, that's his enemy. They don't know what the fuck going on. And that's why I also say too, the Wadi Yabashim Shai, the Lord gonna use Esau to purge niggas. Shit, even Chris Rock said that. He said, you know who's the most racist person? Black people. Because we don't like white people and black people. You know? And that's a true statement. And let me finish it off. It says, never trust thy enemy. So like, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. If any of you brothers know anything about iron, hey, Shalom Zion, brother, he's in Buffalo. We're in Rochester. We're in upstate. So, hey, rust is a dime a dozen out here. You can't stop it. You see, just like Esau. That's why it's comparing to rust. You can't stop it. Okay, you be around him long enough, he's gonna say some shit. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. You be around an Edomite long enough, that demon gonna slip out. All right, going back to the Edomite, the solar salesman. You know, he's like, hey, we just going around and talk to local neighbors. Damn it. See, the demon he can't help it. They're a vessel of dishonor. They're of their father, the devil. And then you got Jake being like him too. Damn. But let me finish this. It says, he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, Esau, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Right. In the show Black Summer, the Edomite told the white woman, he said, that's right, they can't hide it. They're not supposed to hide it. This is how we know who Esau is. It says, I have made Esau bare. They can't help it. The Lord's just about to have them start spewing off that I can't control it. But in the show Black Summer, this Edomite went up to this white woman's car and he said, do you believe in God? And she said, yeah. He said, I'm saying what he said. He said, I swear to God, I won't hurt you. Then she let him in the car and this thing said, get out before I beat your ass. See, so it's like people, you don't realize what Esau does? He manipulates the genetic makeup of human sincerity. See, what Esau does is he has an advantage over the people, because people by nature, yeah, man's vain by nature, but they're also sincere. A lot of these heathens, when you deal with them, you know, they're not on the level like Esau. Like I've actually can talk to Elamites, some Hamites, you know, of course they on their corny shit anyway, but for the most part, you can mingle. That's why King Solomon had Hiram. But when it comes to Esau, no, man, he's gotta go. Esau's gotta go. So let me get this. This is Psalms 37. All right. Watch when that ancestral behavior starts slipping out. Okay. Oh, well, going back to Trump, you had an Edomite. They were at the border getting on Issachar, and he said, make me my tacos, you bitch. See? So all Esau need is that legal avenue. He just need that. All he needs is Coach Klein to say I could, and it's a wrap. That's what you're going to see when lawlessness break out. That's why brothers say in the end days, now there's not literally going to be white on here and black on here, but there will be judgment taking place because of nations, because of race. All right, white guy, black guy. That you're going to see it. That's right. They already have their guns and they're training. When they train, they're training in the mindset of kill Jake. Why you think down in Florida, the police department got in trouble because they were doing target practice on Israelite pitchers. Esau, with his motivation is Jake, man. This is Psalms 37:28. It reads, for the Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. Right, because if the seed is not cut off, they're going to be like their father. They're going to be like their progenitor. See? So even the seed of Edom, Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land or fill the face of cities. We read that so much, we can quote that, and you can see it. You can see it. And you know why? Because if Esau were to continue, his children will live up in his stead. Now, we can go to Job 21 for that, because just like Esau makes unrighteous decrees, Isaiah 10:1, his sons are going to make unrighteous decrees. Look at the monarchy over there in the UK. The Goblin Queen, she passed, and what? Her son came up. See? So they want to keep themselves in power and keep you at the bottom of their boot. All right? Bottom of the barrel. And then created a crab in the bucket spirit. So all you keep doing is fighting yourselves, and you ain't mad at the man that made the barrel around you. See? People ain't mad at the barrel maker. They're just mad at the crabs that are in it. You know? And that's a devising ass tactic to get rid of your enemy. And the brother Marara always mentions it. It's in the movie Tales from the Hood when Crazy K was locked up. He was locked up next to a KKK member. You know what he said? Hey, we like when you niggas kill yourselves, so we don't have to. So Esau got such a hatred that as long as you are getting judged, that's what he cares about. He don't even care sometimes if it's him doing it. He just likes knowing it's taking place. See, like us, we want the close up in action. That's the righteous judgment because what you do. They just it don't matter who you are. Is if you're a Jake, they want you gone. That's the spirit they're in. It don't matter. That's why these sellout Jakes, they're foolish. That's why it says they made a covenant with death. You went and signed a contract with a vessel that was created to kill you, and you signed a contract with him. So now what's he do? Well, I'll put some life insurance on him, send his ass to the hood, let him get bodied, and I'll reap in the benefits. That's a different type of hatred. That's a different type of hatred, man. So let's go into this real quick, going into why the wicked need to be cut off, because if the wicked ain't cut off, then their sons are going to follow in their stead. So let's go to Job. Let's go to Job 21 first. And I just got like a couple more and that'll be the lesson. This is Job 21 and let's start at 7. It says, Job 21 and 7, it says, let's see. Is that what I want? Oh, let me get this. Job 21 and verse 7, it says, wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power. Like right here. Esau lives, he gets old, then he passes it on. Look at these certain banks today. They've made their living or that old money off slavery. A lot of the down south, they got a lot of land. Okay, they made that off slavery. Okay, and what they do, they passed it on to their offspring. And did their offspring say, hey, we need to cut? No, they like, hell no, I'm gonna keep this. This is mine. It's not my fault that y'all. That's how Esau, when he come to camp, or back in the day, you brothers that have been in the truth longer. When Esau used to come to camp, you brought up slavery. What was the first thing he said? Well, I didn't do it, but I didn't. See, that's how they're in. They're not in oh my gosh, man. When you hear certain things, they don't have a spirit of remorse, which is what? Psalm 73. We're real fast. Check this out. Psalms 73. All right. And I'll tell y'all, brothers, something too. Oh, that's the Holy Spirit, brother, at the water. Psalm 73 and 8, this is the vocab scripture. It says, they are corrupt and speak wickedly. Concerning oppression, they speak lawfully. See, they speak lawfully. That's why I said in Jeremiah 15 and 5, who will bemoan thee? They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit that they enslaved black niggas and black babies, and now black people are stuck in the bottom with rats and roaches and bed bugs and meth and crack. They don't give a shit. They look at you like you did that to yourself, and they had no parts. I don't know how niggas is broken in the project. I don't know how that happened. I just know that I'm over here and I got my wife, my family, and we're good, and we don't want no niggas in our neighborhood. But it's like you made this. You made the ghettos. You made the slums. You made the hoods. You had race riots. You forced Jake out of Oklahoma and Kansas and Wyoming and all that. You forced Jake into this position, and then you look at him and say, "Tough titty." That's the spirit they're in. That's that ancient behavior. Jake think because they ain't saying the N word that they don't this must be a good one. We done found a good snake in a pit of vipers. No, bro. They just know how to slither better. They just know how to maneuver, So let's go back. Job 21 and 7. Wherefore do the wicked live? They live around us. Hey, I'll tell y'all, brother, something. Guess what? You know why we had to move? You know why we're in a new spot? Because we had a racist-ass Edomite neighbor that was giving us fucking hell. And did I get carnal? What did I do? I had to use wisdom. I used wisdom. You damn right. I called the cops on that bastard. I called the landlord who's an Edomite who damn near didn't do shit. And so I kept getting on them and kept sending prayers. They had to move us because of a racist Edomite in 2022, But hey, call all y'all Bashim Al Shai. And I told the brother, I said, you know what this does? This keeps us sober to the Esau's wickedness. See, bro, so we had one above too. He's stomping. This nigga like 4'11". It's like 4'11", 60 pounds soaking wet, just stomping and banging. I got it on video, calling us the N-word and all that. Then I run up, hey man, you disrespecting my black rights. No, I use wisdom on his ass, and the Lord gonna judge him, man. The Lord gonna judge him. We put many curses on them, So hey, you brothers out there, you not only got to put curses on the elites, you got to put them on his offspring, on his poor, broke peasant offspring, all across the board. Esau is going to get it, man, and I long for the day to see Obadiah's vision be fulfilled. But it's all building blocks, So let's continue. It says their seed. See, notice how the wicked seed keeps being mentioned. You notice that? And going back to the movie Purge, it wasn't some old Edomites. It was young millennial Edomites. He said, give us the urge to purge. We want to release the beast on this homeless swine. They were talking big shit about Jake. He said, the only thing they're meant for is to serve us. That's what they were saying in the movie. So if Esau said, hey, you could purge tonight, who you think they're going to? They ain't going to look at Brett and just stab him. They're going to look at Jamal and Jake. All right? That's what they're going for. All right? And it says their seed is established in their sight. Why? Sirach, what's that? Sirach 11 and 8, is it? Where it says, Sirach 10, check this out. Sirach 10 and 8, it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Or you can say what? Lands. Lands is translated from one Edomite to another. Households, bonds, stocks, slaves, houses, finances. And they got that off what? Rape, robbery, and inequity. But they translate it to their seed, and their seed benefits off of them. So he'd be like, well, I didn't whip anybody, but your forefathers did. And in hindsight, you are your forefathers coming back in the reincarnation. You are your ancestors coming back. So these Edomites that you're around, you got a certain Edomite, and you know what I mean? I'd be like, oh yeah, he killed niggas back in the day. Like the neighbor I got, I said, if he could, he would murder us if he could. But he's a little Napoleon. But the point is, regardless of that, Esau got a blessing. My point is, if Esau could, if he was allowed to purge, he would. The first people he'd go at is Jake, and that purge is coming, all right, in the form of what is Jacob's trouble. That's prophecy. So let me finish this. It says their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear. Why? Because they pushed all the Jakes. Even a cop said that. He said, nah, it was a conversation about like overpopulation, and there was a statement that said that each person could have up to 20 acres or something like that. And you know what he said? Nah, keep them in the city. And who do you think he meant? Who do you think he meant when he said that? Keep them in the city. Now I'll say this: there are wicked portions of our people, but what about the Jakes that may be forced into the city that can't get out? That don't mean they deserve to be there too. See, that's that ancestral behavior. If it's a Jake, he gotta bake. That's how he is. If it's an Israelite, he gotta die tonight. That's Esau's spirit, man. And it says their houses are safe from fear. Yep, because they pushed all the Jakes out. You got something called sundown towns. Okay. It says neither is the rod of the Most High upon them. Their bulls gendereth and faileth not right. If they pretty much their economy, their livestock, their resources, that's one thing you want is a continual, cattle giving more stock, more, It says, and their cow calveth and casteth not her calf. Right. Even Esau and the homesteads, they're prosperous, what they put their hands to for now, because things is definitely changing. But we're focused on the spirit and the prosperity he's received on this side. It says they send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. This is why Esau is allowed to go have a huge extravaganza of a birthday and take their kids to college while they're driving their kid to college and are passing through the inner city, and Jake's on the side of the road destitute, and they look like, oh man, what filth. But you did that to him. You put him in this position. Just like back in the movie The Purge, he said this homeless swine. I was thinking in my head, he's homeless because of the standard that America keeps. The middle class, there ain't even damn near no middle class. To be a middle class, you gotta think average 40 to 60,000 a year. Who does that? The workplace that set up here, they give you minimum fucking wage. Esau doesn't. Esau gave niggas minimum wage. He gave you these positions. He's the reason why your ass is homeless. But then he looks at you and says, get up. Why you homeless? See? And it says, they take the timbrel and harp and rejoice at the sound of the organ. Yeah, they live a life of splendor. They spend their days in wealth and in a moment go down to the grave. See, they spend their days in nothing but prosperity. So this is why they have to be cut off, because they don't mind prospering while Jake is catching hell, and their children don't mind that. There was a British video that went viral when this little Edomite girl, she stole the cookies. Her mother asked her, she said, who took the cookies? And she said, it was a black man. See, the wicked let me get that. The wicked, they're estranged from the womb. That ancestral behavior ain't gone nowhere. You better put hashtag the N-word. This is real quick, Psalms 58:3. It says, the wicked, Esau, are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So Esau come out the womb ready. He come out the womb with it, okay? That ancestral spirit, he's happy to come back on earth and oppress Jake, okay? And that's that, the days are at hand where I shall kill my brother. I will slay my brother. He's a slayer, okay? And I'm telling you, man, Jake is going to get caught blindsided when Esau bring it down. You know, real quick, Job 20:19, I'm jumping down. It says, the Most High layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. See, look how the scriptures speak about the wicked seed, and how the iniquity of the father will be paid through the children. That's what's getting ready to happen, and his children ain't innocent. That's what my spirit is really on. Hey, some thick little white woman, she don't give a shit about you. And I had to realize that. I was like, damn, you got actual white women that don't like Jake. You know, you know, Jake, you think hey woman, which they do. But best believe the hatred's so real. You got racist white women that do not want to with Jake. Look at old girl that was in Central Park. She was choking her dog. You better stop recording me, boy. Remember Amy Cooper or something? They made a law about her. That's how how do you think Shedemite women got Jake bodied? By lying on him. See? By lying on him. That shit coming back. That's why, brothers, man, be wise dealing with these women. Because I've seen women today. I said, oh yeah, that woman right there, if you would have sex with her, she would claim rape. She would. That's how that's their way. Because they can't body you. They can't beat Jake up. Look at LeBron. They can't. What you gonna do to that? So what's the next best thing? Lie, claim rape, and have a bunch of them. Karens, yep. But Job 27:13, it says this, but at the end of all that, of all this we're saying, everything we're speaking about, let's hear the end be all for these wicked motherfuckers, you know? Job 27:13, this is the portion of that wicked man. And hey, like the brother Bayan Yasharala, like your neighbor, like mine, and you brothers and sisters, you got in particular Edomites that you have issue with, you can meditate on this. It says, this is the portion of the wicked man with the Most High, and the heritage of the oppressor, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, them little waterhead babies, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Though he heap up silver as the dust, and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. There you go, man. So the end all be all of this, after all the hatred, after all the murder, the slaying, the killing, hey, his ass is going down. Okay, his ass is gonna receive the final judgment. All right, and that's what we have to constantly keep sober in our mind, is a judgment that will fall on Esau Edom for what he has done. But best believe, before it's all said and done, that ancestral behavior of what his forefathers showed upon us will be seen again. It will be shown again. Trust and believe that. And Jake is going to be blindsided. But that ultimately, that's a judgment for the 2/3, you know. So I just want to do that lesson. I really wanted to make it quick. It went a little longer, but hey, it's all good. You know, I pray that you brothers and few sisters, you were edified and exhorted in the spirit as I was. And I'd like to say, Call Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do but well. Peace, safety, and salutations to the Lord's elect. Shalom.